Today we are going to be looking into what is the next season of life that you are stepping into. And so if you are interested in finding out whether your life is about to speed up or whether maybe you are going to be having a time where you can really relax and take things a bit more easy, then stay tuned for these messages and find out what is in store for you. We have 3 piles to choose from in today's reading, and they go as such. This card represents pile number 1. This card represents pile number 2. And this card represents pile number 3. If you already know exactly which pile is calling out to you, then you can go into the description box down below, click on the timestamp that you need and jump straight to your reading. But if you need a bit of assistance on how to go about choosing the right pile for you, what I would recommend is first trying to get yourself as quiet and present as possible. So if you can, tune out any noises, any distractions around you. You can also take a few deep breaths and close your eyes while you do so that you could get more in tune with your body, see how you are feeling, and really get present. As you open your eyes and look at the piles again, see what you are feeling, see what is coming up for you in your body. Maybe you are being pulled towards some specific symbol, maybe there is a color that catches your eye, maybe you feel a certain physical pull or nudge towards a certain pile. Trust that intuitive voice and however it speaks to you. But also, as I always say, please don't forget to use your discernment as well as you listen to these general messages. And having said all of that, let's jump into it. Hello and welcome to your reading, pile number 1. My name is Helen and I am so excited to do this reading for you today, to jump into these messages and see exactly what is in store for you next. What sort of season of life are you stepping into? But before we can get to all of that, we have to dig a little bit into the energy of you right now so that you could have an easier time making sense whether you are actually listening to the right pile or not. So I'm going to start off with the card that you chose and feel my way through it intuitively. With this 9 of materials, I do get the sense that you are in quite an expansive sort of energy right now, pile number 1. You seem to be enjoying yourself. You seem to be enjoying life as much as it has to offer to you. I also feel generosity coming through from this card as well. So it feels like you are maybe in more of an expansive and generous energy than you are usually. And I'm not saying that you are not a generous person by nature, but I feel like at this time you are extra generous. There is something about you where you want to share what it is that you have. You feel happy about making other people around you happy. And it's this really joyful, abundant energy, because the 9 of materials, as it is in traditional tarot, is the 9 of Pentacles. So it's talking about the energy of plenty. It's talking about prosperity. It's talking about having more than enough of what you need and being in a position where you have enough for yourself so that you have plenty to give to other people too. And as you are sharing what it is that you have with others, you can find even more joy from it. But it's the sort of wise giving where you are not giving too much or giving to the point of detriment for yourself. You know exactly what you want to give and what is worth giving and how much you want to keep for yourself. I also feel this windfall sort of energy for some reason. So maybe recently you have come into some sort of money or prosperity. Maybe you got a raise or a promotion at work, or maybe you got gifted something that is very valuable or meaningful to you. But even if it's not specifically tied to money, there is an energy of something coming in which has made you feel a lot more abundant. And I feel like because you feel that way, regardless of like how much money you actually have in your bank account or something like that, or how much property you own, or like, it's not about the actual physical material objects as such. It's more about the feeling of having everything that you need and knowing that you are worthy and wanting to share that beautiful energy with others. Like, that is the main thing that I'm feeling here. So yeah, that is what is coming through intuitively. But we also have these oracle cards here as well. And if you are not new to my channel, you already know that this is what we look into as well to get a better, more detailed understanding of what it is that you are going through right now. So let's see. We have a time for healing. Spirit has a plan. Trust in higher forces. Oh, Spirit has your back. And have faith in your dreams. Okay. Pile number one, I just want to put it out there quickly that it's really sunny right now. And I know that the sun is going to go and hide away in a bit, but right now it is really bright and shadowy as well. So, you know, just try and not get distracted by the way that the light is most likely going to change throughout this reading. But let's get straight to your cards. And I actually love that the sun is shining on your cards because, as I said, this whole energy of the Nine of Materials was coming through as really abundant and prosperous and joyful. And I do get a sense that from all of these cards, you seem to be in more of a quiet or sort of taking it more easy sort of space right now. Especially because I'm going to start off with the first card here, which says a time for healing. Hopefully you'll be able to see it because it's really, really bright. The sun is shining like exactly on the cards here. But it says a time for healing with Balsamic Moon. And I do feel like you are not in the space right now where you are necessarily like pushing things ahead too much. You don't seem to be in a hustling sort of energy. Quite the contrary. You seem to be in a sort of space where, again, you are just allowing yourself to be, to enjoy what is, and to try and make the most of what it is that you have right now. I kind of have to put all of these three cards together because they are so similar in messages. We have Spirit has a plan, trust in higher forces, and Spirit has your back. And all three of these cards, again, I do apologize that they are so washed out that you can't really see anything. With all three of these cards, it's clear that at this time, you have gotten yourself into this place where you are really hopeful, trustful, where you have faith that things are going to work out for you. Maybe it's also a result of you sort of seeing things going in your favor or something positive coming about for you. Again, if it's not specifically something physical or external happening, it might just be the feeling that you have. And yeah, just sort of enjoying that you feel good for the time being, or that you feel like everything is going according to plan, like everything is working out the way that it has to. With all of these cards of Spirit having your back and Spirit working in your favor and divine timing or divine orchestration being at play here, you seem to be in a place where you have surrendered something, or where you are in a place where you don't feel like you need to have all of this control right now. Like, it may be easier for you to kind of take your hands off the wheel and just allow things to unfold as they do and go with the flow and just enjoy like what you have as best as you can, without like thinking too much ahead or without worrying too much about where things are going to go next or what the right move is. I feel like there's something very intuitive about you at this time, especially looking at all of these cards as well. You seem to be very much in contact with what your body is telling you. Almost like, I want to say, following your gut, or following your gut reactions or gut feelings, or like these spidey senses. And we also have this have faith in your dreams with waxing crescent moon. And so you are expectant of things to come about. And again, there doesn't seem to be any sort of rush of getting there or seeing things manifest more quickly. You seem to just believe that things are going to come about when the time is right. And as you are waiting for certain dreams or wishes to manifest, you seem to just enjoy the ride or the journey as such. Okay, pile number 1. That is the energy that I'm feeling off of these cards. If that is the sort of mindset that you are in right now, if that is what you are recognizing to be true for you, then this is most likely your reading. And stay tuned, because now we are going to look at some tarot cards as well. And we're going to get to the most exciting part, which is all about the next season of life that you are going into. So let's see what sort of messages we can get for you regarding that. Okay, pile number 1. We have the Sun, the Devil, the Maiden of Wands, and the Nine of Swords in reverse, with the Nine of Pentacles as the underlying energy. I'm going to point out some of the zodiac signs in case you resonate with them. So we have Leo and Capricorn with the Major Arcana cards. We also have some fire sign energy coming through. That would be Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. We also have Gemini, and we have Virgo as well. Oh, by the way, oh my God, I just made the connection. The Nine of Materials is the Nine of Pentacles. So you actually got that. Sorry, you can't even see it. You actually got that twice here. So that is a lovely confirmation. Okay, pile number 1. So the most important energy here is the 2 Major Arcana cards. And so because of this, the Major Arcana cards are kind of like the element of ether. They are transcendent sort of energies. They are more powerful than simply the earthly seasons. And so to me, what these Major Arcana cards are saying is that you are stepping into a season where you are massively transforming your life in general. And I love that we're getting this Sun card as the first card out, because again, there is just so much synchronicity with the sun shining on your cards, and just this whole beautiful energy with the Nine of Pentacles coming out twice as well. So the Sun is the most happy card in tarot, and as it is the first card out, I do feel like you are stepping into a season of life where you are starting to find more joy in experiencing life as it is, and experiencing yourself, and finding out more about who you are and why you are here, and like where you are going on your journey next. Who are you becoming as time evolves? So there is all of this beautiful expansion and excitement and exploration, and just all of this curiosity that I also feel with the Sun. But the Sun also illuminates, and the Sun shines light and casts away shadows. And I find it so interesting that we have the Devil right next to it, which is telling me that you are casting light on certain shadowy parts, or maybe certain patterns where you have been feeling stuck, or where you have felt held back by something. Some of the, I almost want to say some of the traps that you have been falling into, or some of the weaknesses that you have maybe been ensnared by. It feels like you are stepping into a season where you are sort of continuing to break certain patterns, or certain unhealthy habits, or things in your subconscious mind that have been holding you back or keeping you stuck in some sense. And we also have the Maiden of Wands, which is kind of like the Page of Wands, and the Nine of Swords, which is coming out in reverse. This Maiden of Wands is, as a wand suit, is representing spring in this reading, and the Nine of Swords is representing winter. And I find it again so interesting that we are getting the Nine of Swords in reverse, which is almost giving the message of winter being over, or you coming out of this more wintry period, maybe more introspective, maybe more, you know, facing your demons and really digging into your thoughts and how they could be inhibiting you or making life more difficult for you, or just almost zapping out the life force or fun or yeah, just vitality in general. Whereas the Maiden of Wands is the freshness of spring, these new beginnings, seeing life in new tones again, and finding things that excite you, going down new paths, new roads, meeting new people, just, you know, getting into that explorative state and really embracing the newness of what life has to offer. And I also love that we're getting the Maiden of Wands, or the Page of Wands specifically, because it is symbolizing this certain childlike energy, which, especially in this instance, is highlighting the willingness to step into the unknown, the willingness to not have, or not the willingness, but to kind of, you know, that you are not afraid of certain things. You're not afraid of facing what life has to offer. And maybe even in certain areas, going about it in a very open-minded sort of way. So not having any specific expectations necessarily, and just taking life as it comes. And as a result of that, enjoying these experiences so much more. So it almost feels like you are making this switch or this shift in your mind where you are not jeopardizing the whole experience by the thoughts that you have about it, or, you know, not getting tangled up in your own mind and not thinking about what could go wrong, and not getting sucked into these fears, and instead just being present in the experiences and giving things a chance. There is something very strong about you possibly previously talking yourself out of trying things or even giving things a chance because of how you believe things are going to go. So almost like playing out the scenario of something before you have even begun it. And now it seems like you are going to be doing things the other way around. So before you start thinking about how things could go wrong, or maybe for some of you even before you start catastrophizing, you actually see how this thing develops, how things play out. And I feel like by doing that, you're going to enjoy these experiences so much more and get so much more value out of them, because you are actually embodying the sort of life that you want to live, instead of just, you know, playing these scenarios out in your mind and wishing and dreaming that things could be different. And again, I feel like I'm describing something that you used to do before this whole situation of you letting go of certain control, or before you started trusting in these processes more. I feel like all of that I was just describing speaks to the you that was before that. So it's a beautiful sort of energy of just opening up and sort of starting to bloom. I do feel like there is this transition from winter time to springtime is kind of what I want to say when it comes to the season of life that you are stepping into. And I feel with the Nine of Pentacles as the underlying energy that it's just kind of confirming the energy that was already coming through from the card that you chose. So as I said, it feels like a continuation of that, and simply morphing into something even more powerful and something even more palpable as time goes on. But let's also see what you can gain from this next season, even though, I mean, there was already something coming through on that regard. But let's see what else we can find out. Wow. Okay. So we have the Two of Swords, the Nine of Wands, and the Eight of Wands, with the Eight of Pentacles as the underlying energy in reverse. Again, I love that we're getting all of these wands cards. And zodiac sign wise, let's see. We have Libra with the Two of Swords. We have Sagittarius with the 9 and 8 of Wands. And we have more Virgo with the 8 of Pentacles. So first off, I want to start off with with the 8 of Wands here. This 8 of Wands is telling me that things are going to be speeding up for you, in the sense that I feel like it's going to be a lot more exciting. Oh my goodness, the sun is just, it's crazy. Sorry, you can't see it that well, but I don't want to close the blinds as well, because I feel like it's so nice to have the sun shining. So hopefully you are with me on that. But anyway, I love that we're getting this, because it's full of energy, it's full of movement and speed, and just things starting to gear up again. And I feel like you are going to be in a place where you feel a lot more energized to actually do things. I feel like you'll have more energy, but also there is the desire to socialize and to reach out to people, or to just connect with others on a deeper level, because the 8 of Wands can also talk about messages being sent and received, and just communication, this back and forth. So it does seem like this whole new season that you are stepping into is one that is going to enliven things a lot more. Now, also with the 2 of Swords and the 9 of Wands, I do get the sense, I'm going to try and show them to you, but I don't know how well you'll be able to see it. I feel like you're going to be able to make peace with some of the things that have held you back previously, or some of the things that you have gone through, because the 9 of Wands is a card of looking back on what has occurred, what has happened, and all of the sort of the battle wounds that you have gotten on this journey so far. And I feel like with the 2 of Wands, it's just this energy of being willing to sit with it, being willing to look at those things and maybe realize where certain impulses came from, or where those nudges that maybe held you in place, where those came from. Because the 2 of Swords is a kind of a cut off energy. It's separate, it's distant from the sort of everyday life, the mundane life. It's cutting yourself off from other people's energy as well, maybe to some degree, and just trying to sift through these conflicting thoughts that you have, or I almost want to say conundrums that have maybe escaped you before, or that you haven't been able to see clearly. And I feel like as you enter this new season, and as you start becoming a lot more active and sort of coming back to life, or coming back into bloom after a certain period of winter, I feel like there is this understanding, and that understanding is something that pushes you into wanting to take more action, wanting to not be stagnant and not be stuck. And I love that we are also getting the 8 of Pentacles as the underlying energy. I don't know why I'm still trying to show you these cards. Oh, I think this one is actually picking up a bit. You can see some of it. So the 8 of Pentacles in reverse is just telling me that, again, you seem to be breaking some sort of pattern, because the 8 of Pentacles, when it comes out upright, it can be an energy of doing something over and over again. It's a very repetitive and cyclical sort of energy. You seem to be coming out of that. You seem to be breaking that. And I feel like especially the sort of patterns that haven't been really productive, or that haven't given you the results that you actually want to get. So there is something really poetic and beautiful about it. But let's close the reading out with a support or advice message from Spirit. Let's see what they want you to know to wrap up this reading. Oh, wow. Okay. So we got 2 that flew out over here, but let's start off with this one. So harmony and peace are already here. Search within yourself, is what this card says. So I love this message for you. It's kind of tying back to this initial energy that was coming through, where you seem to be, again, enjoying what is already here, what is already available to you. There isn't this this sort of frantic seeking or rushing around and trying to get something. I don't feel that sort of energy at all, and it's just so healthy and refreshing, and I feel like Spirit is just kind of asking you to keep following that energy, or to keep staying in that energy. We also have embrace the creativity you have within you. So this to me feels like Spirit encouraging you to express this full of life sort of energy that you have. And yeah, I mean, creativity is also a really good keyword, because we did have a lot of this Wands sort of springtime energy coming through. So channeling that energy and making something of it or with it, creating something with it, I feel could be something that you really, really enjoy. And oh yeah, okay, make time to sit with difficult feelings. See, that is exactly the sort of energy that I was feeling with the Two of Swords and the Nine of Wands, where I feel like you are able to sit with those difficult feelings a lot more easily, whereas maybe before it was something that you really struggled with. And I do feel like the reason why you are able to do that now, or as you step into this next season, is because you are not controlled by those feelings anymore. So it's almost like you can observe them in a much more sort of neutral way, and like make peace with them, and realize that they don't actually need to control everything that you do and everything that you see as your life, if that makes sense. Like, even if there are certain things that you are not happy with, even if you do feel certain heavy emotions at times, just realizing that they may only be feelings and nothing more. Like, sometimes there is a lot of power in that. And at the bottom of the deck, we have allow yourself to enjoy what you have worked hard to earn. Yeah, this is exactly that Nine of Pentacles sort of energy. And I do feel like you are enjoying it. And so with this, again, Spirit seems to just be encouraging you to do more of the same, to keep doing what you are doing and to keep vibing high. And yeah, so if you have been waiting for some sort of confirmation whether you are where you are meant to be and whether you are doing the right thing, if this reading resonated for you, then you are definitely doing the right thing. And again, with all of these Spirit having a plan for you type cards coming out, I do feel like it's all part of some sort of bigger plan or blueprint that Spirit is sort of working on for you. So anyway, pile number one, I do hope that you had fun listening to these messages and that you got something useful from these. If you are still here, by the way, please leave me a little mirror. Leave me a mirror emoji in the comment section so that I would know that you made it all the way to this point and that you had fun listening to these messages, or at least that you got something from them. And yeah, I love connecting with you in the comments. I love seeing all of you, and yeah, it means so much to me that you are spending this time with me. But anyway, thank you so much. As always, I hope to see you back on this channel next Friday for some more messages, insight and fun. But in the meantime, please take care of yourselves. Bye-bye. Hello and welcome to your reading, pile number 2. My name is Helen, and I am so happy that you are here, that you have chosen to spend your time with me and hear about the next season of your life. So let's start off with looking into what it is that you are going through right now, or what sort of energy you are in, and feeling my way intuitively through the card that you chose, which is the Three of Inspiration, or the Three of Wands in traditional tarot. I do feel like you have set certain things in motion, pile number 2, and it feels like you are really excited about how they are going to turn out, and you seem to be expectant as well. So it almost feels like you have done your part in something, or you have initiated something, and now it almost feels like the bulk of it is out of your hands, or you just have to wait for other elements to come into play as well. I also get the sense that whatever this thing is that you have set in motion is something that you have been working on for quite some time, or that you have been wanting to do for a while. I feel like finally you decided to just go for it. Maybe this is more of a specific message, but I do feel that for some of you, there is definitely this perfectionistic sort of streak here. And I almost feel like it was difficult for you to actually launch this thing, or to actually release this thing, or to actually put things in motion, because that perfectionistic part of you would have wanted to kept perfecting, kept tweaking something, you know? And yeah, it feels like for some of you, it wasn't an easy step to make, but at the same time, it definitely feels like it was time, or like it was the perfect moment to do that. And so it almost couldn't be ignored, or you couldn't postpone it anymore. For some of you, this thing is definitely some sort of group effort where you have done what you can, or what is your sort of area of expertise, and now it feels like other people are having to contribute what they have to give to this project or this thing as well. Yeah, I don't know, it just feels like something is out of your hands now. And I do feel like there is this mixture of excitement, but also anxiety or stress or panic at the same time. Because on the one hand, I feel like there is, again, this expectant and enthused and excited energy of seeing how things actually go or turn out. But at the same time, there is this fear or this anxiety that you don't have control over this thing anymore. So you seem to be vacillating between these two sort of feelings. Pile number 2, at least, again, that is what I am feeling intuitively. If you are not 100% sold on that description, then stay tuned for the oracle cards, which are going to give a more detailed overview of what it is that you are going through right now. We have balance, spirituality, and practicality. Use your mind wisely. Dream and journey. Dream the world into being. And show the world the real you. So we have 2 full moon cards here. We have this balance, spirituality, and practicality card coming out first. And it does seem like you are, as I said, you seem to be vacillating between these 2 states, where on the one hand, you seem to have a very sort of rational mind about like how you did what you could and how everything is as good as it can be. So that is that sort of practicality aspect of it. But on the other hand, with the spirituality aspect of it, that seems to be where you are having to have faith in things working out, and that may be the part that is actually stressing you out a bit, or that is a bit more difficult for you to do. So that is really what I'm feeling here. And also for some of you, it may even be talking about the difficulty that you have with just sort of standing on the sidelines now, and not tweaking anything anymore, or not adding or subtracting things from what has already been sort of put out there, you know? So yeah, so that's the message that I feel for some of you as well. We also have use your mind wisely. This is making me think again that you could be struggling with controlling how your mind works, or, you know, having difficulty with your mind spinning all of these different scenarios, and maybe getting a bit too noisy, you know? So I feel like it's difficult to control your mind and to, like, again, use it in a constructive manner to think about things as positive and everything going the way that it should, and focusing on the things that you can control rather than the things that you can't. So I do feel that some of you could have a difficult time with that, especially I'm feeling like because of this pig spirit, I feel this pig-headedness as well. That's sort of, that's the word that came to my mind. So yeah, I do feel that some of you could be having a more difficult time with letting go of sort of having your hands in the thing that has already been sort of launched or maybe handed over to other people now. So yeah, you could be trying to hold on, or maybe you are having a difficult time not being stubborn or again, overthinking things. We also have dream and journey. And with this, and actually I want to add this next card to it as well, because the dream, the world into being, both of these cards featuring the words or the word dream, it feels substantial to me. So again, it feels like a confirmation of whatever this thing is that you have launched or that you have set out there. It's something that you have been working on or dreaming about, or there is some element of preparation and forethought to this thing. It's not like this, I don't feel like it's this sort of illumination moment or this breakthrough idea that you just kind of got randomly. Although for some of you, with this dream and journey, maybe the idea, the initial thought to create this thing did come to you in a dream or something like that, but I do feel like that is definitely more of a specific message. But just in general, I do feel like it's something that didn't just randomly like plop into your mind recently. It feels like it's something that you have been playing around with for quite some time, and that has taken time to take shape, so that it could be actually turned into something physical or turned into something real. And as the last card here, we have show the world the real you. And so again, this is making me feel that whatever this thing is, it's something very personal to you, or there is an element of you being exposed in that thing in some sense. And so that may be also the reason why you are struggling so much with just sort of letting go and seeing how things play out without necessarily managing it, or like having a firm grip on it, because there is some sort of connection between who you are or what you feel in your soul. Like there is something, there is something really intimate that I feel about this thing that you are creating. Like you have really put your soul into this. So, and as the last thing, there may be something quirky about it too. Like there could be something extravagant or very like different, very niche about it. So it might be something that doesn't necessarily appeal to everyone. Again, it could be like adding an element of risk in it as well, because it is so niche, or because it is so like out of left field, or not very mainstream at all. That may be also the reason why there is a certain level of anxiety or worry in you. But anyway, these were the oracle cards describing what is going on with you right now. So if you recognized yourself in this, then it's a very good chance that you are watching the right pile, and stay tuned, because now we are going to get into the tarot portion, and we're going to start off with the most exciting thing, which is all about the next season of life that you are stepping into. So let's see what we can get. Okay, so we're getting some repeat cards here, but we have the Two of Pentacles, Justice, the Two of Cups in reverse, and the Eight of Pentacles in reverse, with the Maiden of Wands as the underlying energy. I'm going to point out some of the zodiac signs as well, in case you resonate with them. So with the Two of Pentacles, we have Capricorn, Justice is Libra, Two of Cups is Cancer, and the Eight of Pentacles is Virgo. But we also have heavy fire sign energy coming through, especially Aries with the Three of Inspiration, or the Three of Wands, and the Maiden of Wands is also just fire energy in general. So Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius could be significant. So pile number 2. You got the Suit of Pentacles coming out as the most significant one, because we got 2 Pentacles cards. And that means that the season of life that you are stepping into next is autumn. Autumn is the time when you actually reap certain rewards, where you reap your harvest, right? It's that season of life where you have done a lot of hard work, and that is when you can actually sort of collect the fruit of your labor and see what all of it was for. I feel like it's such an exciting thing that is coming through as we have just finished talking about all of the things that you have set in motion here. See, the thing is, we have this Two of Pentacles and Justice coming out. And with the Two of Pentacles, I just feel like things are going to be sort of added to your plate, or there is going to be some sort of transmutation regarding how you work on things day to day. The Two of Pentacles is an energy of something else coming into play. And so you kind of have to adapt and be flexible in how you handle everything. Because we also have this Justice energy here, which is a card of Major Arcana, and it's coming out upright. I do feel that the results or the rewards that you are reaping are going to be to your liking, or you are going to see fair rewards or a fair result of what it is that you are doing. But there is also an element of needing to be flexible, needing to harmonize certain things. And so I do feel that there is going to be a shift in how the process moves along now, especially because we have the Two of Cups in reverse and the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. And these two cards are telling me that the way that you used to do things with the Eight of Pentacles, and possibly something that you put a lot of focus into with the Two of Cups, this feels like a commitment of sorts. There is something changing about it. So I don't want you to get worried. I don't feel like it's a bad thing at all. I just feel like it's a sign of growth and of development, because whatever this thing was that you put so much into, that you invested yourself into so heavily, you don't have that much to add to it anymore. Like it is what it is, and it's kind of like as good as it can get on your part. And so it's time to move on to something else, or to not abandon this project. That's not what I'm trying to say, but just to branch out or to add something extra or to modify it somehow. Because again, with the Eight of Pentacles in reverse, it is giving the feeling of needing to switch something up, or needing to add something new or try something different, because it is a very sort of repetitive energy in and of itself. So the sort of work that you are doing, or how you are contributing to this project next, or how things are, how your career, or again, whatever this thing is that you have developed, how it is going to move on next, or what it is sort of turning into, how it is progressing, that seems to be the part where the sort of change comes in, where this adaptability is needed. But we also have the Maiden of Wands as the underlying energy. And I do love that it's coming out, because again, it's speaking of this newness. It's speaking of this fresh, exciting, full of life energy. And also, again, trying new things, right? Because the Maiden of Wands, or the Page of Wands, as it is more commonly known, is an energy of exploring. It's, just going where your inspiration takes you, and really going wild with it, not having any boundaries, not having any limitations, because that's where true discovery can happen, right? When you get yourself into this childlike wonder and awe, and just not inhibiting yourself in any way, and allowing your inspiration to roam free. And again, I love that we're getting the actual word of inspiration on the card that you chose, because it seems to be a truly important keyword here as well. And finally, another thing that I absolutely love, which I forgot to mention at the beginning, is that the Suit of Pentacles was the suit of autumn to me, or is the suit of autumn to me. And the Suit of Cups is the season of summer to me. And so again, I love that we're getting the connection of moving out of the season of summer and moving into the season of autumn, where again, it feels like you have done what you can, and now it's time to actually, again, reap the benefits, right? So that is exciting stuff, pile number 2, but let's also see what you can gain from this next season of life. So let's see what else we can find out about it. Okay, so we have the Five of Wands, the Six of Wands, the Six of Pentacles in reverse, and the Ace of Pentacles as the underlying energy. Sign-wise, we have heavy Leo coming out with the 5 and the 6 of Wands. We also have Taurus with the 6 of Pentacles, and all earth sign energy, really. So Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn, they could all be significant. So the first thing I want to say is that we are getting the energy of 2 aces, and let me explain. We have the Ace of Pentacles as the underlying energy, right? I'm going to show this to you so you can see. So this is the underlying energy, but we also have the 5 and the 6 of Wands, which came out together. And in between these 2 cards is the energy of the Ace of Wands, because if you take 5 out of 6, you get 1, right? And so I love that we're getting the 2 aces here, or energy-wise, we're getting the 2 aces, because again, it seems to further confirm that there is going to be some sort of new beginnings, some sort of new ideas, new thoughts, new inspirations, again, new ventures to add to this project that you have got going on. So that seems to be a really, really exciting thing that is coming in with this new season of life. But I also feel, because we have the 5 of Wands here and the 6 of Wands, that there may be certain headbutting that happens very literally, where, you know, these new ideas or these new thoughts or these new opportunities that come into play, there could be differing ideas on how to use them, especially if you're working in a team or there are more people involved in this project and not just you, which I feel is very much the case. So with all of these differing personalities and ideas and belief systems and all of that being mixed up in this, it makes a lot of sense that there is going to be certain conflict that comes about, or where people don't see eye to eye, where people want different things. And so with the 5 of Wands, I just feel like this is kind of giving you a heads up that there is going to be certain, like, either misunderstandings or just people differing in opinions and ideas and what should be done, or how things should progress next. But with the 6 of Wands, I feel like ultimately things are going to work out for the best. I don't necessarily feel like it's talking about, you know, your ideas being the one that are favored all the time, but I do feel like what is best for the project, or what is best for the success of this endeavor, is what is going to happen ultimately. So 6 of Wands does guarantee positive movement forward and some sort of triumph happening. With the 6 of Pentacles in reverse, it could also talk about potentially starting to do certain parts of the project more like yourself, or sort of venturing off in another direction in a way, or like not necessarily participating in everything in a group, if that makes sense. So I do get the sense that, especially with the Ace of Pentacles being the underlying energy too, that there may be something like a mini sort of project or a mini venture or a branching off of some kind that you end up doing yourself, where you don't have to like take other people's ideas into consideration all the time, or there's some sort of like separating aspect. Again, I don't want you to get worried or freaked out, because it's not like a breaking up or a breaking apart sort of situation. It's more so that there is something that I feel is going to be entrusted solely to you, so where you will have a bit more autonomy. And because again, we're dealing with the Ace of Pentacles, so it's just the initial stage, it's the beginning, it's the initiation of something, right? It almost feels like you are being given a seed of something to turn it into something bigger, because for some reason I do feel like that is your talent, or that is your superpower, that you have the ability to turn something that is just an idea, or that is just a thought or a dream, into something that can actually be tangible, something that can actually be created. And as you lay that foundation, or as you lay that basis, and like get all the systems in place, that's when you can sort of delegate it to other people. That's where you can hand it off, and other people can actually make it more functional, or add some things to it to make it better. But I feel like you are the one who gets things off the ground, or who actually gives some sort of form to them. That's why I also feel that this Ace of Pentacles specifically is here, because again, it's the most tangible of all of the suits. And I do feel that there is a very distinct connection between you and this Ace of Pentacles. So yeah, I don't want you to be worried about the Six of Pentacles at all. I actually even feel that some of you could be quite happy about it, that you are getting the chance or the opportunity to get more autonomy, or to work solo on something, or not be a part of like this group thing as much. Anyway, that is what was coming through from these cards. I hope that you got excited from these messages and that they gave you something useful. But let's close the reading out with a few support messages or advice messages from Spirit regarding your reading. Okay, sorry. I don't know why, but I just now was drawn to the numbers on these cards. We have number 38 on the Lizard Spirit card, which reduces down to 11. 3 plus 8 is 11. And we have number 47 on this Pig Spirit, which is, again, 11. So we have 11, 11 here. And again, to me, that feels like a significant synchronicity, or where you are getting the repeating number of 11. It feels like, again, like you are doing something soul-driven, or like it has a bigger purpose in your life journey, the thing that you are doing. So yeah, I just wanted to put it out there. Also, you may be seeing, if you see 1111 or like these repeating numbers, especially ones, because of these aces too, I feel like that may be Spirit's way of speaking to you or confirming something for you. So keep your eyes open for that. But let's get back to the support or advice from Spirit. Oh, okay. So we have make time for meaningful contemplation. So I feel like this is just Spirit's way of asking you to slow down every now and then. There we go. So this feels like a message to take it easy and to, again, not get swept up in, the fray of it all. And especially because it says meaningful contemplation, I feel like it's again hinting at this Pig Spirit as well, which said use your mind wisely. So if you have a tendency to start catastrophizing, or to start overthinking things, or like when you get yourself into this weird place in your head, even if things are actually really good, even if things are working out perfectly, taking time to really sit with those thoughts and get a grip on those thoughts, like actually tell yourself that you are not okay with those sort of thoughts, and just like casting them out almost like forcefully or actively, because we can sometimes just allow our minds to ramble and to say like the most insane things that we would never actually say to anyone, but we just kind of allow those thoughts to exist in our minds and to take up space, and if they are there constantly, we almost like don't pay attention to them anymore. And I feel like this message is reminding you to pay attention to the thoughts that do crop up for you, especially when you do feel worried about something, or when you feel like you don't have control over things. And these are just examples, you could be struggling with a whole different sort of ideas in your mind. But yeah, just pay attention to what is actually going on in your head. And if you can at all, like do meditation or any sort of other spiritual practices, it may actually help with those thoughts as well. And we also have you are safe to create a life that feels right to you. Wow. I love this. And again, it's making me think back on this whole full moon in Aquarius thing, where, as I said, this thing that you were doing, it seems to be something very personal to you and something that is different from the mainstream. So yeah, exactly. Like creating a life that feels right to you and that does maybe differ from the status quo that not everyone understands. Like, yeah, I feel like Spirit is encouraging you to follow it, or to go after it, because obviously you are here and you are given these impulses or these feelings, these drives, these passions for a reason. And oh my goodness, this last one is so perfect too. You deserve to feel good for being exactly who you are. Love that message of Spirit confirming that you are exactly who you are meant to be, and you are as quirky or as different or as extravagant as you are, because that is exactly who you were meant to be and who you were created to be. So, oh my goodness, pile number 2, what a lovely message to end this reading with. I really had fun giving these messages to you. I hope that you enjoyed listening to them too. And by the way, if you are still here, leave me a domino chip emoji in the comment section so that I would know that you watched this thing all the way through and that you are still here, that you made it to this point. And yeah, I really love seeing you in the comment section and connecting with you in the comment section. So thank you so much for being here. But as always, I hope to see you back on this channel next Friday for some more messages, insight, and fun. And in the meantime, please take care of yourselves. Bye-bye. Hello and welcome to your reading, pile number 3. My name is Helen, and I am so grateful that you are here right now spending your time with me. But yeah, let's get straight to it and let's see what is going on with you right now. So the energy that I'm feeling intuitively off of the card that you chose, which is the 8 of Voices or the 8 of Swords in traditional tarot, is that you seem to be in a bit of a tunnel vision sort of state right now. I'm looking at all of the rays coming out from this blindfolded woman, and it feels like there is this general energy of feeling stuck or feeling like things are just the same day in and day out, and like things are not really moving anywhere. There is a very specific or concrete sort of way regarding how you think about the situation that you are in, or how you think about your life in general. It's I feel this energy of having a really tunneled or narrow sort of perspective on things, whereas I feel like in truth there could be a lot more opportunities around you, or just maybe even certain truths that you don't seem to realize exist. It may not be necessarily this whole big general thing about your whole life. It could be that there is a specific area of life where you feel really stuck, or where you feel like that's just the way it is, and that's how it's always going to be. Yeah, I almost want to say the word defeatist, like that. Maybe it's not the case for all of you, but for some of you, I do feel that the way that you see something is quite defeatist. It's so difficult to see beyond what you have always known to be the case. And so it almost feels like having hope that things are going to change, or that things are going to magically turn around is something that is really difficult for you to do. I also feel something like the energy of dullness or monotonousness. I don't think that's a word, but monotony. Okay, yeah, duh. So the energy of like monotony, or just again bland and boring, like that sort of energy seems to be coming through from this card, where you seem to be in a place where maybe things don't excite you that much. Again, it may not be this whole big thing that encompasses your whole life. Like there could be certain areas where you feel a lot of joy, but there could be certain other areas, or very specific area where you don't necessarily find joy, or where it's very difficult for you to feel good about the state of things. Maybe for some of you, again, this feeling is more general or more all-encompassing, but regardless of whether this is a more general thing, or whether this is a more focused thing on a specific life area, it just feels like there isn't that much going on, and it seems to be something that is weighing very heavily on your mind. And I do feel like you are wanting to find a way out, but it just feels challenging. That is coming through from the intuitive portion here. And if you are still a bit unsure whether this is your pile or not, then stay tuned for these oracle cards, because these are going to give us a more detailed version, hopefully, of what it is that you are going through right now. We have the energies gaining momentum. Slow and steady wins the race. Take time to reflect. Be fearless and bold. What do you need to release? Okay. We have the energy is gaining momentum. And honestly, the energy that I'm feeling here is mainly restlessness. I feel like this is describing the state of mind that you are in right now, where you are getting very quickly to the point where you are tired of having things the same way and not really seeing any change in it. We also have this slow and steady wins the race. So I feel like on the one hand, you are trying to keep yourself in a mindset that you are in no rush, you are in no hurry, and like eventually you are going to get to where you want to. But again, for some reason, I'm just getting this creeping level of frustration, or feeling slowly but surely fed up with how things are not really moving, right? Like how things are progressing really slowly, or maybe for some of you it feels like they are not even progressing at all. We also have this take time to reflect with the Mirror Guardian. And clearly you seem to be in a space right now where you are doing a lot of introspection, where you are spending a lot of time in your own mind. We had the Eight of Voices, or the Eight of Swords, come out as the card that you chose. So with the sword suit being the one tied to thoughts and ideas and everything that goes on in our mind and words and all of that, it feels very fitting that this is the center card for you. So clearly you are in a bit of a more of a quiet space right now, or because nothing is really physically happening, I feel, in this area of life. Again, maybe for some of you in general as well, where things are just kind of the same or in some sort of rhythm, you seem to be trying to figure out what you can do about it, or you seem to be trying to figure out a solution of some kind. And because we also have this be fearless and bold, I do feel like you are working up to this place, or you are trying to gather up courage to actually take some action, to make some moves, or to change something around. And because we have this what do you need to release, it does seem like this conundrum where on the one hand you are sick and tired of how things have always been, but on the other hand, changing and letting go of this comfort zone that you are now used to feels really frightening as well. So I do feel like, again, like you are, like all of this energy is happening in your mind is what I feel. There is this, again, this looking at all of the different impulses that are cropping up in you and trying to like weigh them up against each other, trying to see what it is that you feel most strongly and what it is that you should do accordingly. So on the one hand, again, there is this creeping restlessness of wanting to change something, but on the other hand, like realizing that changing things and not necessarily wanting to leave a safe and comfort way of being, like having that sort of conflict in your mind is really what I feel you are dealing with right now, pile number 3. If that at all sounds like what you are going through right now, then this is a very good indication that you are watching the right pile. So stay tuned, because now we get to the most exciting part, which is all about the next season of your life. So let's see, what is it that we can find out about the next season that you are stepping into. Okay, wow. We have some really powerful major arcana cards coming out, as well as some more sword suit cards. So I'm going to point out some of the zodiac signs in case you resonate with them, and that may be further confirmation that this is your pile. We have heavy Mars energy coming through with the Tower, and that could be both Aries or Scorpio. We also have more Scorpio with this Judgment card. We have Capricorn with the Devil. We have Libra with the Queen of Swords, and we have actually more Libra with the Two of Swords as well. Oh, and the Eight of Swords is actually Gemini. So there is quite a lot of air sign energy coming through, but Aries, Scorpio, and Capricorn could also be significant. Okay, so pile number 3. We have 3 major arcana cards coming out, and as we have the majority of the energy being major arcana, which are not necessarily tied to any specific season, this to me is more so an energy of a bigger transformation sort of taking place in your life. So it almost like transcends the seasons in a way. And it seems to be something that is much more profound, or some sort of a pivot point in your life. Now, we do have these 2 swords cards here too, and the card that you chose is a swords card as well. So clearly the swords energy is very, very prevalent here as well. And the sword suit is what I tied with winter. So it feels like winter is the sort of season of life that you are in right now, or that you have been in. And as you step into this next sort of season or period, which feels like the winter time is sort of continuing, but you seem to be, again, stepping into this point of pivot where you are breaking out of that season, where you're starting to break free from that season of life. So clearly, we are starting off with the Tower card, which flew out very powerfully and rather quickly as well. And so that is signaling a major period of change coming about, especially one that happens quite quickly and quite suddenly. Even though the Tower card may be something that frightens people, I feel that in this instance, it's something that you are actually going to welcome, or something that is a positive shift in your eyes, even if it is difficult to go through in the moment, because the Tower is the energy that shakes up what we need to let go of. And because we had this energy of, you know, maybe you struggling to let go of something that you are used to, but that is detrimental to you in some sense, it could be something that initially, you know, shakes you a bit. But I do feel that it is all for the good, and you are going to be really happy about it. Like, I'm going to jump around here a bit, because we have the Two of Swords, that is the underlying energy. And the Two of Swords in this instance seems to confirm this standstill sort of energy, where things are at a stalemate. They are just not moving, and there is no specific direction being picked or walked down. You know, it feels very like neutral. And behind that card, we have the Death card. And I mean, normally I don't even incorporate the energy behind the underlying energy, but in this instance, with all of these heavy hitting major arcanas, it feels really, really powerful. This is another card of Scorpio, by the way, so you could have significant Scorpio in your chart, but it feels like there is this massive transformation, again, this death of the stalemate in a very literal sort of sense. So that's why I feel like the Tower is ultimately going to make you really, really happy, because it's going to break down certain constructs. And I feel like these constructs are tied to the way that you think, or the way that you believe things have to be. And as a result of it, I feel like there is this huge liberation that you are going to experience, especially with Judgment coming out as well. Judgment is the energy of having this revelation, having this aha moment, seeing something from a higher vantage point, and as a result of it, elevating in your life in some sense, or like stepping up to the next level. So there is definitely going to be a bigger sort of breakthrough moment for you, which I feel like is something that as you are in it, you are going to know exactly that that's what it is. You are going to feel that this is some sort of a bigger shift that you are going through. I also love that we have the Devil here. Because I do feel that, again, the shift that you are experiencing is tied to the things that have been keeping you stuck, that have been keeping you imprisoned. And we also have the Queen of Swords here. And so again, it feels like you were able to take control of your thoughts. You were able to start seeing things clearly and almost like taking back power from the things that have kept you stuck, or that have kept you hiding in the shadows, or playing small, or whatever this devil energy is in your life specifically for you. That is something that you are taking power back from with this Queen of Swords, which I do feel is very much your energy. So yeah, as I said, I'm loving this devil energy here because it is enveloped by all of this really powerful breakthrough sort of energy and a lot of clarity. With the Tower, the Judgment, and the Queen of Swords, it's all talking about lowering certain masks and getting rid of certain veils, getting rid of fog, just things becoming really clear. And I feel like that shift in understanding, that shift in realizing where the true power lies, is what is going to enable you to not feel powerless anymore against whatever this thing is that you feel boxed in by, or that you feel has to be a specific way or can only be a specific way. I feel a connection with this tunnel vision and the devil. So, you know, again, even if it is not something that is physically inhibiting you in any way, even if this devil is not a physical presence in your life or a physical circumstance or condition, it seems to be much more sneaky than that. It seems to be something that is embedded in your mind, or in your belief systems, in your subconscious. Like, I cannot tell you how much I love that this breakthrough is going to come about for you. But let's also see what you can gain from this next season, or this transformative pivot period that you're going to be stepping into. Whoa. Okay, we have the Seven of Wands, the Six of Wands, and the Ace of Wands. Oh my goodness. And we have the Seven of Swords as the underlying energy in reverse. I am loving this energy so much, pile number 3. First off, because you are getting all Wands cards, and Wands are springtime energy to me. So again, we are getting this beautiful movement from wintertime to springtime. And I also love that we're getting the Seven of Swords in reverse as the underlying energy, because I'm kind of gonna jump straight to this. This is symbolizing a breaking free from self-sabotaging behavior. The Seven of Swords is, again, a very sneaky sort of energy. And I love that we're getting all of these tricky cards that represent the mind. So, you know, it's further reinforcing the notion that the power lies in how you see things. The power lies in your perspective. And as soon as you are able to shake it and turn it upside down, to break free of any mental limitations, like, the whole world opens up to you, and you can change the course of your life. So I absolutely love seeing that. But I'm going to point out the zodiac signs as well. So with the Seven of Swords, we have Aquarius. The Seven and the Six of Wands are Leo energy, and the Ace of Wands is all fire sign energy in general. So Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. So I'm kind of chuckling to myself because every single pile has had the Ace energy come through, and it just feels like there is something more collective going on, where these new beginnings are about to come about for people, or like new inspirations and new ideas, and this whole new energy seems to be coming about. So it feels like it's a bigger sort of thing here. But yeah, let's get straight to it. So we have the Seven of Wands that came out first, and the Seven of Wands is an energy of standing up for yourself. It's an energy of fighting against the odds and really believing in yourself, believing that you can overcome any difficulty. And so I love seeing that, especially next to the Six of Wands, because this is saying to me that the next season, this pivotal point that you're going to be going through, is going to bring about the liberation. It's going to bring about the successful push through of all of these obstacles and challenges and things that you have felt boxed in by. You're going to be able to overcome them, and it's all going to be because of this innate power, this innate fire that you are going to be getting as a result of this shift in perspective. So I feel like this passion and this drive and this inner fire is going to be lit up within you as soon as you realize what these self-sabotaging patterns are, and again, as soon as you realize what your power is in all of this, if the camera would focus. Again, even just the Six of Wands itself, it's such a powerful and positive energy. It's an energy of success. It's an energy of triumph. It's an energy of being recognized and being seen. But I feel like it's the sort of energy that you are recognizing within yourself. So it's almost like this admiration and pride is going to be coming about because you are proving to yourself how capable you are and how you are able to overcome such difficult situations where you felt like nothing could be done, where you maybe felt powerless for a really long time. And as you are able to break out of that feeling of powerlessness and take back the power, you're going to start seeing yourself in a whole other tones. And I also love this Ace of Wands card here as well, which, as I said, this ace energy has been prevalent in every single pile. For you as well, pile number 3, it's just indicating that you are going to be getting a new form of inspiration, this new zest for life, this new fire, this new belief, this faith that things are going to go favorably for you now, that there is possibility in the world again, that things can begin anew, you know, that life is full of surprises. Like it just feels like this whole awakening of sorts, this like coming out of a state of sleep or coming out of a lull of some kind. That's really what I'm feeling here. That's what this like pivotal point is going to bring you. And again, it feels so empowered. It feels like this is all you. Like this is all happening because of the shifts and changes that you are going to be going through, and you taking charge of your life and you stepping into your power and making things happen for yourself. It feels all the more powerful because you are proving to yourself that you are not this helpless person who needs to be saved by anyone. And again, just like almost stepping up to the task and being your own hero and saving yourself is something that is going to make you have so much more respect for yourself. So I absolutely love that. I mean, I cannot tell you how much I love this for you, pile number 3. This feels so amazing. Let's look at the last pieces of advice or support that Spirit wants you to know regarding this whole reading. Okay. So we have, oh my goodness, like this card is just so perfect. I don't even have the words. It says, it's time to create change by seeking out new opportunities. Wow. Wow. I mean, yeah, it just sums up everything that we have been talking about perfectly. And I feel like that's exactly what you are going to be doing. I don't think that you are here yet, like, or at this point yet, where you are able to seek these opportunities, but you are going to be getting there. So, wow. And we also have shine a light on what's working well for you today. See, like this to me is perfect because again, it seems to confirm that you are in this wintry season right now, and it is, you know, it is going to take some time for you to get to that pivotal point. And again, because of all of the major arcana cards, I feel like it's all down to divine timing when that shift actually happens for you. But in the meantime, as you are in this place and as you are doing your best to cope with what is, this message of shine a light on what's working well for you today, to bring even the slightest bit of gratitude and joy, even like however small those things are. I feel like that is such a useful and helpful practice. So yeah, I love that message for you. And at the bottom of the deck, we have make time to celebrate how far you've come. Yeah, see, again, as exciting as it is that you're going to be going through this massive shift and you know, breaking this cycle, however long this winter cycle has been in this period of life, or sorry, area of life for you, it's also important to remember that you have already overcome certain things. There have been other challenges in your past that you have come out of, that you have broken down, that you have like come out of victoriously, right? Because you are here and you are still growing, you are still developing, you are still doing your best every day. So, you know, make time to celebrate how far you've come. Yeah, it just feels like such an important reminder. And again, remember, even if your best is just getting out of bed in the morning, like really acknowledging that and acknowledging how like difficult something was for you, but if you were still able to do it, you know, like it's worth celebrating. It's worth giving yourself a pat on the back and just recognizing that every little step counts. So, wow, pile number 3. This was quite a reading. I hope that it was still inspiring and that it gave you some hope, or that it gave you something positive to think about, or something to look forward to. And if that's the case, if you're still here and if you found this reading meaningful in some sense, please leave me a birthday cake emoji, because I was looking at this card as the underlying energy. So leave me a little cake emoji in the comment section so that I would know that you made it all the way to the end of this reading and that it gave you something. I absolutely love hearing from you. I love seeing you in the comments and I love connecting with you in the comments. So I hope to see you there. But in the meantime, please take care of yourselves, pile number 3. Please be kind and gentle with yourselves. And as always, I hope to see you back on this channel next Friday for some more messages, more insight, and more fun. Take care. Bye-bye.